Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie.
Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. For more information on how the CCIDA can assist your business, visit choosechq.com.
From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives.
The Hofbräu House in downtown Buffalo invites all our friends from Chautauqua County to experience craft beer, Bavarian food, and live entertainment. Check us out on our Facebook page and website for family-friendly events throughout the year.
From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. I'm Doc Hamels, and we've got a really interesting show for you in store. We're going to be talking about senior health and wellness, and you might say, sure. No, really, we are, and it's something you want to pay attention to. I don't know how many seniors I know are plumping themselves on front of the TV all day and eating bonbons. If that's you, oh, where'd you go? I'm being facetious because I know a lot of seniors are doing exercises and things like that, but I think you're going to find this interesting because we're going to talk about like 6 different areas. Did I get that right? 6? There, I got head nods. 6 different areas of our lives that we want to focus on, and we're going to be talking about some really good things. I have 3 ladies here that are going to talk all about that. They're professionals. I just listen. Okay. So let's start out. I want to say good morning to wherever you are in the world. As you know, we stream. And Natalia, I know you're watching over in the Ukraine. Hang in there. Be safe. I know that there's been some issues over in Kiev. We hope things end soon. Good afternoon, wherever you are in the rest of the world. My friends over in Belgium, Holland, throughout the United States, good morning. If you want to catch our show, you always can go to our Facebook page and you can catch it there or on YouTube. We're there forever. All right. James, if you're still watching down in Kenya, I know that Karen has left and I think she's back in the States. So I know that you all have been watching us from time to time. So good afternoon. I think it's afternoon in Africa. I think what it is. Probably. And I think it's tomorrow in Australia, but I never can keep that straight. Good afternoon. What? Would you? Pretty much that's the way it is. Jeff's talking to me through my head here. Okay. Good afternoon to all my listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people in Jamestown, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. So glad you could join us. And again, this is lots of information that I think you're going to find helpful and interesting. All right, throughout the show, as you know, you can call in. You may have a question. Well, do I have to do that many exercises, or do I have to eat kale? I don't know. 716-753-5225, all right? You can give us a call live. Do not call after 10:01. We won't be here. Don't call me tomorrow. Don't call me on Monday through Friday. We're not here. but you can call right now, or you can leave a message on our answer machine and we'll get back to you. Also, you can email us throughout the week, chautauquasunrise@gmail.com. with your announcements. Your organization may have a fundraiser or something along those lines, or just general information like we share throughout the week, okay? So get that back to us. All right, on my way over here, Justin, did you happen to notice how many birds were on the telephone lines today?
Didn't see any.
You didn't see any, you were sleeping?
No, it was dark.
It was, oh, dark makes it matter. That's right, you guys, you're the early birds. On my way here through, I don't know where I was, I think Sherman, I looked at the power lines and holy cow, there was like hundreds of birds. That only means one thing, they're leaving town. So it's hard to believe. You know, it's just like that. You got summer, now we got fall, and it's like somebody flips a big old switch. Crazy. There were a bunch of crows, okay. Did you know that our county area, Western New York, is not under a drought watch, we are under drought warning, okay? And you might say, so what? Well, I'm gonna do an announcement here in a minute, but I wanna do a general announcement right now. If your township or village is under water restriction and you want us to talk about that today, please give me a call. Again, 753-5225 will get the information out, because it's only rained like once now in 30 days. So I know that some of the village reservoirs in the springs and my own pond are way low. So please, if that's information you want us to get out, let us know. Another thing that's kind of interesting and kind of weird and kind of upsetting to me personally to know about this is that some of my friends are getting insurance letters in the mail that after a certain date they may not be eligible for Medicare Advantage plans through Obamacare, I think it is. And I'm making this up a little bit because I didn't quite understand it all. But if you were getting a letter that's saying you may be dropped or you change it in insurance coverage, call the Office for Aging and watch this. It's gonna pop up because Jeff's gonna do this for me. I know he's gonna do this. It's called New York Connects, and you can call this number, and it is 716, thank you Jeff, you saved me, 753 4582, 716-753-4582, because I know a number of people have been getting these letters. I think it's more kind of like just in case letters. So hopefully nobody's gonna have any issues. But if you are concerned, that throws people into a lot of angst. Don't panic. Call New York Connects and talk with them, and they will navigate with you with a counselor. And we just had a show not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, right? On health insurance with the Office for Aging Services. So please check it out. And let's see, finally, our very own Chris and Randy Burt were stars on TV the other day. I get a little note from Randy, and he says, you gotta watch CBS or whatever it was, 11 o'clock, and there was Drew Carey and The Price is Right, and there I look, and there's Randy sitting in the audience, and Chris quietly, Chris was very quiet, but Randy was like beaming. You couldn't miss him. He was like a treasure cat. Did you watch it? No? Anyways,
I've heard this story
so many times. I can't believe that. Anyways, yeah, it was a lot of fun to see our guys on TV. It was filmed back this summer. I guess there's 2 more episodes, but we don't know if they win anything because they had to sign their lives away with these, NDAs and stuff like that. So anyways, Chris and Randy, you movie stars, you. All right, got some announcements to go, and then we're going to get to our guests. All right, so stay tuned here. All right, today is the 20th Annual Saints and Sinners Cemetery Tours. We talked about this before. I was in one for Westfield a few weeks ago. So this is the Fenton group. The Fenton Saints and Sinners Cemetery Tours have reached its 20th year. These tours of Lakeview Cemetery are historically informative and are an excellent way to get in the spirit for All Hallows Eve. Tickets are now on sale for these events. Tickets often sell quickly, so be sure to book yours. You can purchase your tickets on their website by going to it says buttons on here, but there's no buttons, you can't see buttons. Go to the Fenton History Center, or you can give them a call, 664-6256, and you can pay your tickets there at the gift shop. So what's the deal here? So today you've got, different tours. Hang on, I'll get it. come and take a ride through the cemetery, hear the tales of some of Jamestown's early inhabitants, travel by horse-drawn carriage, and uncover some of the over 43,000 personal stories hidden within the Lakeview Cemetery. The tour changes every year, so no two tours, say that 10 times fast, will ever be the same. Okay, so you're right, I can't. Cost is $25 a person. So today, as of when we got the information, there were still some openings at 10, 11, 3 o'clock, and then the rest is sold out. But then you got walking tours, and that's only $15 for non-members, $10 for members. And let's see, then also you got the mausoleum tour. There's just different things you can do. And then they're going to have a tours tomorrow evening, looks like 8:30 to 9. And so that's going on. So if you've never been on a cemetery tour, generally they're not scary. They're not designed to be scary. They're designed to be historical and to share the lives of people that came before us. And I've portrayed 3 different gentlemen from the Westfield Mayville area, and it's been quite an honor to do that, and it's kind of interesting. So check it out, something to do. All right, I mentioned water alert, okay? Okay, this is kind of a long one, but I'll give it my best shot. Effective immediately, okay? Please listen up. All Ripley Water District customers, both residential and commercial, must take steps to reduce water usage. These restrictions will remain in place until further notice due to the drought. Okay, things you can do. Turn off your faucet while brushing teeth, shaving, and washing clothes. Only run dishwashers and washing machines with full loads. Take short showers. I don't know what that means. Turn off water while lathering. Skip pre-rinsing dishes. Most dishwashers can remove food particles and stains without pre-rinsing. Use disposable plates, cups, and utensils. Thaw frozen foods in the refrigerator or microwave, not under running water. Clean vegetables in a bowl of water, and on and on. Of course, don't water your lawns and things like that, or try not to wash your cars, fill your pools, and things of this nature. So it says your conditions remain critical, all right? So I don't remember in all the years I've lived in Ripley that's ever happened before. So please take this to heart. Communities got to rally together and, take care of each other. So please be mindful of this. Recent rainfall was not sufficient to restore reservoir levels, with no significant rain in the forecast, and Chautauqua County currently under a drought watch. It was raised to warning, I believe. Continued conservation is essential. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can give Andrew Strine a call. He's over at the Water District office, 716-413-8010. Again, 716-413-8010. And you always can call the Chautauqua County Health Department if you have any questions for any town, 753-4481, 753-4481. And again, if you're watching and you know of your town or village that's stressing right now with water, please give us a call. We'll share that information. All right, so it's not a boil order or anything like that. It's asked to restrict the amount of water that you're using. All right, let's see. October 25th coming up is the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. All right, how many times do we have things that are sitting in our cupboards and you go like, I don't know what to do with this stuff, or the doctors change your medication, you don't take that thing anymore, or whatever. It's not a good idea to have it sitting around, especially if you've got little guys and gals running around, or just get rid of this stuff. So All-Star EMS at RCA, boy, oh boy, I don't even know what this means. At 738 Monroe Street in Dunkirk, All-Star EMS, you can take it there. It's free and anonymous, no questions asked. But remember, liquids and sharps, those are needles, will not be accepted. Let's see, this is held by sponsored by the Drug Free Communities Coalition, Hope Chautauqua Initiative of Prevention Works. You can go to the Chautauqua Center, the Medication Safety Program, National Prescription Day, Take Back Day is coming up, so that again, that's October 25. A lot of times you can take it, your fire departments, your drugstores will do those sort of things. So if you have any questions, give them a call, okay? So get rid of those old meds and keep everybody safe. All right, let's go on to 16, Jeff. Watercolors at the next Memory Cafe at Reg Linney Center for the Arts is October 14th at 12 p.m. This is an interesting program, so have a listen. Memory Cafe at the Reg Linnaeus Center for the Arts is free respite and arts program for people with forgetfulness or other changes in their thinking, including cognitive decline, dementia, or Alzheimer's, as well as their care partner, family, or friends. Remember, we talk about caregivers. They need respite too and a break. Participants are welcome to enjoy music performances, crafts, and easy, appropriate activities to spark friendly social interaction. Light refreshments will be provided. All attendees can choose to participate or simply observe. No stress. Join Sarah Brown Millspaugh for a fun exploration of watercolor. She'll bring an assortment of fall-themed flowers, pumpkins, etc. to paint. All supplies are provided. All skill levels are welcome. Patrons are asked to register for the Reg Linnaeus Memory Cafe ahead of time by emailing RSVP, all one word, RSVP at reglinnaeus.com, or calling the Reg box office at 484-7070 with the names and number of attendees. A suggested but not required donation of your choosing would support the Reg Linnaeus Memory Cafe, payable by cash, check, and credit card. Okay, so that's coming up on October 14th at 12 p.m. Check it out. All right, moving along. Let's see here. This is from the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation. Socktober is a sock drive to warm hearts and toes in October. All right. Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation has announced its annual Socktober drive during the months of October. Socktober is a community-wide effort to collect warm socks for individuals and families in need. You wouldn't think that that was a big deal, but it is. This year, the need is greater than ever as rising costs and increased homelessness have left many without this basic necessity. As the days grow shorter and the temperatures drop, which they are, many members of our community face the harsh reality of winter without the warmth and comfort of proper footwear. Being a teacher for many years, a lot of my students would show up with shoes but no socks, or boots with no socks, so it's a real deal. Socks are often overlooked but are essential for staying warm and healthy during the colder months. Through Socktober, the foundation and its partners seek to meet this need and make a meaningful difference. All right. Wow, there's a whole list of organizations here. Let's see, I'll go through them quick. Agricultural Logistics, Cattaraugus County Bank in Dunkirk and South Dayton locations, Chautauqua Health and Fitness Center, James Prendergast Library, Lakeshore Savings Bank in Dunkirk, Fredonia, and Westfield branches will be accepting sock donations regularly. Okay, doesn't care, all sizes and types, everyday wear. Just give them a hand if you can. All right. Let's see. So I just mentioned where you can do this, and this is going on throughout the month of October. Socktober, good on them. All right, and finally, excuse me, slide 17. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to enjoy fall. There it is. Here's your chance to take a relaxing walk in the vineyard, sample grapes where they haven't been picked yet. Enjoy the full foliage at the Johnson Estate. Embrace the beauty of fall in Western New York. Arrive at 10:30 or 2:30 to receive your vineyard map in their tasting room. Then embark on a self-guided stroll along their vineyard trail. Take your time to enjoy the crisp air and breathtaking views of the vineyards, hilltops, and Lake Erie. After your walk, you'll be welcomed back to their historic tasting room to enjoy 5 samples of their wines, perfectly paired with Sargento snacks. Tickets are $25 and guests under 21 are free. That's taking place today and tomorrow and next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. If you're a club member, wine club member, it's $20. All right, more information, 326-2191. I bring this to your attention because sometimes people have never been in a vineyard, and it's very interesting to watch the whole process. And living in Western Chautauqua County, grapes is us. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. And riding my bike or just driving around our area, you can smell the Concord grapes. I think they're getting close to finishing harvest. So check it out, Johnson Estate. They've been there forever. All right, we're gonna take a little breather. Stay tuned, my friends and guests are ready to tell you a bunch of stuff about wellness.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check it off because we make getting vaccinated easy. You've got this because we've got you. To learn more, visit yougotthis.usaging.org.
And we're back. All right. I want to welcome three ladies here. They're going to be talking about wellness for seniors in health. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell them who they are, where they're from, and then we'll just go from there. So let's start with you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ellen Colasuinno. I'm with Office for Aging Services, and I am the nutrition and wellness educator. And I'm pretty new to the role. I started this last March, so I'm just getting my...
That's where I remember you from now. I remember I was at a meeting. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. And so we're excited to be here, and we are excited to be here.
Yeah, I see you got a baby bump
A little
there.
bump here, yeah.
So when's the event?
She's due November 7th, so
Holy cow! November 7th?
Yep, time's ticking. We're getting down to the wire.
What's today?
Yep, less than a month.
Holy cow! All right.
So we're excited.
All right. Well, you let me know.
Okay. I'm doing good.
Good news is the EMSs are right around the corner.
Yeah, they're doing good so far.
Well, that's great. Well, we wish you the best. Okay.
Thank you.
My name's Ruth Chase, and I work at Prevention Works, and I'm the WISE coordinator, which is a new position.
Oh, I thought that was because you're really like
'cause I'm wise.
smart,
Right.
and a sage.
Well, that's part of the WISE.
Okay, we'll be talking more about that program in a
Sure,
minute.
prevention education.
Okay. All right. And
I'm Laurie Reynolds, and I'm the Associate Director from Prevention Works.
Okay, and you folks work with Melanie Witowski. She's
Yes.
been on the show many times,
Yep.
and
Yes.
we really support a lot of your program. It's, I don't know, during the pandemic, I keep going back to that because a lot of things ring a bell, is during that time you were doing all those online classes
Yes.
for parents and things like that, so good on y'all.
Yeah.
And I know your programs just are far-reaching, and I'm always amazed. So let's get back to Ellen. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a registered dietitian. I graduated from Deauville College, now University.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo.
Yep, in 2016, and I've been in practice since then, and it's been a wild ride. I first started out in peds, and then I started to slowly figure out that I was more interested in
Geezers.
older adults, and that's been my passion for the last, I want to say, six years.
So what brought you to Chautauqua County? Are you from Chautauqua County originally?
Yes, I'm originally from Bemis.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I went to Maple Grove High School, graduated in 2009. Let's see, I'm giving away my age here. So
I didn't ask you about it.
I know, right?
That's a rule. We don't
I'm just
ever
an open
ask.
book.
No, never.
And then, let's see, we lived here. My husband and I moved down to North Carolina for a while, so we lived down there for about 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And we decided to move back recently,
Super.
so we're
Okay.
happy to be back in the area.
Okay, and we're going to be talking more with you in a little bit. Okay, and Ruth, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm not going to say the year that I graduated from high school. I'm from Warren County. I live in Warren County, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And for 20 years, I worked at a domestic violence sexual assault center in Pennsylvania as a prevention educator and legal advocate. And it was time to make a change, and I came to Prevention Works, and now I'm doing prevention education with Prevention Works, and I really enjoy it. Working with elementary age students through senior high, and now with the new WISE position, which this is my favorite, I can say.
We're going to dig right into that.
Yep, and that's with the older adults in
Right.
Chautauqua County.
Okay, and with the domestic violence, I've had some of your colleagues on this show in the past, and probably we'll have them again in January. I think they're coming back.
Wonderful.
We've been doing almost like a series every year.
That's
Just
wonderful.
keep an eye on things. I told you in the beginning of the show, I like to put a spotlight on all the good and cool things here in Chautauqua County, but we don't put our heads in the sand. We talk about things that are tough,
Right.
and I don't know if you know Jeff Witten with Rural Minds and suicide within the agricultural community. Huge issue in Chautauqua County as well as the world. So, I mean, we cover just about everything, and we don't hide. Okay, and then Laurie, how about you?
So I started with Prevention Works in 2005. I've been there
That's
for quite
20 years ago.
Yep, I've been there for quite some time. My background, I have my degree in teaching, actually.
Oh, what'd you teach?
Elementary. Yep. But I still kept coming back to Prevention Works because I was able to teach the things that really matter the most to me, which is social emotional skills and things like that, and just kind of worked my way up into associate director.
Where'd you do your training?
My degree for SUNY Fredonia.
What are my
Went
degrees
JCC
with
in
that?
SUNY Fredonia.
Okay. And so what grade level did you teach?
Second grade. I've taught
Oh, that's a
kindergarten
good,
as well.
I love, second grade is cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
kindergarten, second grade, and then I just left and wanted to come back to Prevention Works.
Yeah. I taught special education.
Oh, did you?
For 15 years.
Yeah.
And second through about fifth were my favorite years.
Yep.
They would do anything.
Yep, they
Follow
want to
me,
please
they
you.
did. It was great.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, and they don't swear at you. They don't kick you.
Yep, yep.
I'm making this up. But they were just really fun. They were,
Yeah.
you know, we really had a great time.
Right.
So, well, good.
Yeah.
So you have a really varied background, don't you, as a group? All right. So I had contacted Dana Corwin, who's the executive director for Office for Aging Services. I finally got the services in here after all these years. And I said, I have this opening for today. And she said, I'll get back to you. And the next thing I know, all your names are flying at me. And I'm looking at different agencies and different programs. And I go, well, what are we talking about? So it's going to be senior health and wellness, right, pretty much? So what the main program is WISE? Is that
Yes.
what we want? All right. So Ruth, how about you kick it off? How's that?
Sure. WISE is not just a word because it's the older adult generation. WISE is an acronym.
Okay.
It stands for Wellness Initiative for Senior Education. It was developed by New Jersey Prevention Network back in 1996. However, Prevention Works, we began implementing in 2024 and partnered with Office of Aging. And it's a program that the primary outcome that we want to reach with our clients is for the older adult to find new strategies, new ways, to live a healthier, happier, and longer life.
All right. You heard me taking a cheap shot at people that are retired and they're sitting in front of the TV. It's kind of true, though.
Well, and we have done several programs now, and we have participants. The program is geared for age 55, although we don't get many 50-year-olds. 55 and up. It's usually 60 and up that attend the programs. And we have people that are 98 years old, and they're driving themselves to the programs, and they will tell you, because the program is facilitator-led, but however, it's the participant-driven. And we learn from each other. I learn from every single class that we have, and we bring up topics, and it's life experiences that are shared. And the 98-year-olds will tell you their secret to living that long is that they're social. So yes, if you confine yourself and you isolate yourself, that can be a depressant and hold you back.
Well, you know, and in fairness to the people I was poking at, is that a lot of people have worked all their lives, and they say, when I retire, I'm going to chill. I'm going to do nothing. They want to relax and do nothing, but it's really not good for you.
Right. It's best to be active, and that the wellness program will show that. It's a 6 weeks program. We meet once a week, and it's a 2-hour lesson. And the first week, the participants are a little on edge. They're like, 2 hours, can we really? But I'll tell you what, it just flies right by. And the participants, we grow together as a group. By the end, we all know each other's names, and it's a wonderful program.
So what was the reason that you even came up with this? I mean, was it a grant, or was something in your 5-year plan as an organization? I mean, why now?
Okay. Actually, you had mentioned Hope Coalition a little bit earlier. It's an initiative of Prevention Works. One of our coworkers at Hope, she had heard about it at a conference, and she brought it back to the table to our board, and that this is a need that Chautauqua County needs. We need to educate, and it's not saying that older adults don't already know how to live. It's to add more tools to their toolbox, so to speak. And the first lesson, they are a little apprehensive, and they're thinking, I'm old, I already know how to live.
Check that box.
Yeah, right. But as
I
we
made
keep,
it past 55.
But as we keep going, the participants, they're just growing. And, you know, I can share testimonials that they have given. Yeah, it's a good program.
And
But
just to add on that, we did receive a grant through, it's called the CPIP grant through the state, and one of the choices was WISE, and so we definitely chose that, and we were able to offer it for free thanks to this grant.
You know, we always laugh. I'll go back to Ellen, your future little girl there. We always say there's no book about raising kids. Well, there's no book about how to grow old.
Correct.
You know, it's sort of like you think, well, I'll figure it out when I get there. There's a lot to think about.
Yes, there is.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And, wow, I'm sitting here thinking about all this. So, when you meet, what does it look like?
It's very relaxed. It's chilled.
How many people? Let's go there.
Okay, no more than 20. It's
Okay.
we have activities in each lesson. Every week covers a different topic, so there's 6 different topics. And there are activities with each, and the participants just love it. The reason I am very thankful that Prevention Works allows me to do the WISE program is because it's not a captive audience. They chose to come, so they're willing to learn, and it's really exciting to them. It's exciting to me. The activities are interactive. Sometimes there's poster making, and it utilizes everyone's skills. Sometimes there's skits, and the people that like to be theatrical are theatrical. It's really, there's investigative ones. It's just,
cool.
it's really a lot of fun.
And I think, you know, speaking from my own experience, we are going through stages, probably in all 6 areas that you're going to be talking about here in a minute, is that we don't even think about it, financial or health, and, you know, we always laugh about, you know, getting up in the morning and holy cow. You know, it's like it doesn't take long. I mean, people are watching right now and going like, well, that happened when I was in my 30s and 40s. Well, it continues. But there's things you can do and things like that. And I think we mentioned when you're isolated, you know, you don't have anybody to talk to sometimes when you get to a certain point in age.
Right.
I remember both my father and my father-in-law, we would talk about them joining a senior citizen group, and my father-in-law said, I'm not joining. I go, why? He says, well, that's for old people. I go, you're 82 years old, or whatever he was at the time. I said, because they don't understand that the socialization is so important, and they're stubborn.
Correct.
And they never did join, and I wish they had. I think they were lonely.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ellen, what's your role in all this?
So basically, I'm just kind of a spokesperson for Office for Aging today, just to talk a little bit about the Older Americans Act. First of all, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least touch on that. It was a federal law that provides funding and support for services to help older adults age in place and age with dignity in their communities and their homes. And I think, you know, just talking about some of the services that the Older Americans Act funds, just the in-home services, nutrition, things like home delivered meals or Meals on Wheels, as so many of us know.
Fits right into all being healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see, there's health promotion and disease prevention, legal assistance and elder abuse prevention, and employment and training programs for older adults as well.
You use the phrase age in place.
Yes.
And you know, I remember my grandmother, who was ancient, who knows how old she was, she never really does, I don't think she ever really told her real age. I think she lied. What do I do? She told me she was like 80s, and she really was in her 90s. And the whole thought was, well, you're gonna, you know, when you get to a certain point, you go to a nursing home or you go to an old folks home or something like that. It's fine, you know, it's an option, but you don't have to go. I mean, it was like automatic. You know, once you go, you're done, gone. But I think they have found that that's not always the only alternative.
Right.
You know, I'm not dumping on any organization here. It's just there's more options, and there's been throughout all agencies, all programs. If we can keep people closer to home, whether it's a child, you know, a teen, you know, that's struggling with, you know, substance abuse, whatever it is, keep them closer to home because it's healthier for them and so on. So, so I know Office for Aging Services provides a lot of support services so you can stay home.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave home. Keep your home, and, you know, and but that's a choice. If you want to go to a senior residence, that's cool too, and that's terrific. And everybody, and we talk about stages in our lives, so maybe that's the time now to downsize and move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so. How about we pop up that chart and that I think you all said?
It was me, the wellness wheel.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about that.
Because you talk about all these things, I think, in that chart, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. Jeff, want to pop that up for us? There we go.
So this is our 6 dimensions of wellness. I know a lot of us, when we think about wellness, it's, physical health is the first thing that comes to mind, like what we eat, whether or not we exercise, if we're keeping up with our doctor's appointments, stuff like that. But really, we want to support your total wellness. That's your physical, intellectual, occupational, spiritual, social, and emotional wellness. So I think we touched too on the social wellness as a huge component of staying healthy and just having support and staying connected with others and groups and things you can look forward to throughout the day, throughout the week. Just having things like that.
As people realize, and I kind of hinted at this a little bit, the older you get, fewer friends. Right? For a variety of reasons. And it may not be because they died, they moved away.
Right.
So, yeah, people get lonely. And that's not healthy.
Right.
I find it really drags your immune system down and things like that. But when you're out with your friends, you feel good. And there's something physical that takes place. I don't know what they are, but.
It's like revitalizing.
Yeah. Okay. So keep going, please.
We are trying to offer all these programs to support the total wellness. So a lot of you may remember back before COVID, we had a lot of different programs, a lot of different like exercise programs and stuff like that. The one caveat for being funded by the Older Americans Act is that it's very stringent with the requirements. So they all need to be evidence-based programs, and that can feel kind of limiting sometimes. So just, having those programs vetted and tested and measured to show outcomes that are, accurate. And
You have to prove that you did what you said you did.
Exactly.
And you made a difference. And by the way, how much difference?
Yes, and then we have to quantify all those results.
Done that.
That's all you do.
It's a little
Measure.
troubling, but
Rightly so.
we're working to get back into more of those programs to have
Okay.
available for adults in Chautauqua County. So
Okay, great.
yeah.
So, Ruth, we saw that chart. Does that chart make sense as far as what y'all are doing with WISE?
Sure.
Jeff,
Yes.
let's pop that back up again. And because I think this will be a nice springboard. So, of these 6, maybe there's more that you deal with, but which ones do you touch on during the WISE program?
Well, through the WISE program, it's once a week for 6 weeks. Our first lesson is understanding the changes of the older adult
Physical?
as they age. Sure.
Intellectual?
Yeah. The second lesson is on aging sensitivity. So they actually play Family Feud. And we have the theme music playing and the tension grows because there's teams and it's a really good thing. Participants, they study paperwork for like 5-10 minutes on different parts of the body, whether it's the eyes, ears, central nervous system, lymphatic system, but they study these pages and then we play Family Feud, where I give them a topic and the teams have to come up with the top 4 answers or the top 8 answers that they just studied. And then there's 3 buzzers, there's 3 X's, and it would go to the next team to steal it. So it engages them with their mind, and they're learning about the body and aging sensitivity with the older adult.
While socializing.
So, yes, while socializing and making bonds, yes. It's really a lot of fun. This program, I can't say enough good about it.
So, let's talk about that a little bit. So, what would be some of the things that they would discover that they didn't know?
Well, there's things they know. This is an easy, quick one. Let's say the body part is ears.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, loss of hearing, and that would be top 1, right? Loss of hearing, tinnitus.
So that's ringing in your ears. Okay.
And then they'll be surprised to see that one of the top, however many answers are extra hair growing in the ears, right? They know that, but yet you wouldn't think that's a top answer,
No.
that people would talk about. So then it goes through each part: your eyes, cataracts, lubrication loss, your heart. And they win body parts and we have big body posters. Yeah. So the team that has the most body parts at the end, because there's 2 body posters, that's who wins. And then we give them a little treat. They win a treat, so to speak. And so that's week 2. Week 3 is on valuing cultural and generational diversity. Not only that the older adults are diverse in society as a whole, but also that there's diversity within the older adult group.
So
right?
talk about that a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Oh, and that's huge. They're allowed to if they want to. No one's forced to do anything. If they want to share their experiences on their life experiences on diversity. We had one lady who, she was, I think, 98. She came over to Chautauqua County from Germany during World War II.
Wow, yeah.
And she explained her experiences with diversity there. We had another lady who was African American, or is African American. She was born in Kentucky, and poor Kentucky, she said. And there were black and white people, she said, but we never saw color. We just knew we were all poor.
That
And
was their common thread.
Yes,
Poor.
and they moved to Chautauqua County, and when she moved to Chautauqua County, she said, I think she was 8, and that was her first experience to hear the N-word, and it was directed at her.
Yeah.
So her mother had to guide her through that diversity. Sitting at the same table as that woman was another African American woman. She was born in Chautauqua County, never experienced a feeling of diversity, which when they were growing up, diversity wasn't even a word, right? It was segregation. It wasn't diversity, wasn't a word. However, she had family in Virginia, and she said we would go visit family in Virginia, and as we did, her experience with diversity was she saw stores and restaurants, but they always had to go in the back door.
Right.
There was different fountains, different bathrooms, and she said she never experienced. So then the people that maybe have been in Chautauqua County or not most of their life that had less experience with diversity, even though we know those things happened, when you have someone sitting right beside you sharing that story, it opens the eyes. And so people come to the class maybe by themselves, and there's 19 other participants and they don't know anybody. Some might come like 3 friends, right? By week 6, everybody's friends. Everybody knows everybody's name. They're encouraging with each other. Some diversity, now I'm telling you heartwarming diversity, some diversity, we might have someone come in who is very strong with their thoughts and opinions, and maybe so strong that they don't even have comprehension that it's hurting the person beside them what they're saying.
Right.
But the WISE program is all about opening their minds. And the older adult generation, when they hear open minds, many of them believe that means, oh, so you're telling me I have to agree with everyone else, right? And they get into that conversation, and that's a good thing. And we do laugh and we do talk. But by the end of it, when we wrap it up, it's like, no, open minds means they can have their opinion,
Right.
and I can respect that they have that opinion. It doesn't mean that I have to agree with that opinion. I can have mine, and they don't have to. So then the one lady I'm thinking of in particular, by the end, she's getting it. And, you know, she's starting to understand, okay, we can all. So open mind, it's WISE is amazing.
I'm sitting here kind of laughing because I'm thinking, we were talking about the fact that we're both Sicilian, and my wife is not by any means. And so when we go out to a restaurant or whatever, I'll order whatever. I order crazy stuff, and my wife will go, I'm not eating that. But it's a cultural thing, because she was more of this German, you know, Scottish kind of, you know, bread and meat and potatoes, and well, Sicilians eat anything that moves or swims in the water, right? You know, things like that. And so
we do it with 1,000 people in one room.
And yelling.
And loud.
And so Barbara said, calm down, I'm having fun here. You know, we were at a Chinese restaurant last night. She goes, I'm not, you eat that, I'm staying over here. But it's that diversity. Culture, background, how you were raised. And when I think about our county, you know, we got some pretty good diversity. You know, we've got in the north, there's lots of Puerto Rican. We got the Swedish. We've got the Sicilian. You know, things of this. If you go more to the west, you got a lot of Irish and Germanics. So I mean, we have to learn that you know our foods are our foods, and it's okay. But don't you know don't yell at me. You know, there was a piece that it went right through my brain, but I caught it. I found it is, and I know I'm not going to hold you to the exact number, but people don't realize this. What's the percentage of Chautauqua County residents that are senior citizens? This is important.
Oh, I don't know that answer.
I don't have the Chautauqua County number. I can give you U.S.
Well, let's start there.
Yeah, the U.S. population, in the U.S. population, 13% of the U.S. population is older adults.
Okay.
That would be 65 and older.
Mm-hmm.
Of that 13%, 1% age 65 to 74 will live in nursing homes or long-term care facilities. 20% of people 85 and older are living in nursing homes or long-term care facilities. So it's a myth to believe that because you get older, as you were speaking of your father or father-in-law,
both.
It's
Both
a
of them.
myth
Yeah.
to believe that you have to go to a nursing home.
Right.
The majority of older Americans are independent living.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ellen, do you happen to know
I
offhand?
want to say in Chautauqua County, there's somewhere between 38 and 39,000
Okay.
older adults
So
in this county
that would be
alone.
like 25% or more, or
Yeah,
something in that range.
it's 128,000 in Chautauqua County.
So where I'm going with it is,
Yeah.
we have an aging county compared to other counties, and I think people have to realize the importance of what you all are doing is that you're educating them in these areas, and so
Correct.
caregivers, the sons and daughters, grandkids, whatever, kind of encourage the older folks to get involved in some of these programs, because not only is it good for the senior, it's good for the family, because when grandpa and grandma are out and about doing things, they're not at home sitting around doing nothing, not breathing well, not getting exercise, and of course their immune system breaks down. I keep talking about immunity, but
That's
it's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
And and they get grumpy.
Yeah.
If they're out there having fun, they're having a great time.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so we talked about some physical stuff. How about intellectual? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does the program do? Or either program, Office for Aging Services or the WISE program?
I feel like we touch on the intellectual stuff. I know we've got some nutrition classes. We've got the diabetes prevention program coming up next year, and that's through UPMC Chautauqua, so we're looking forward to that. So older adults can enroll and register to learn more about how to prevent diabetes. But it's just, keeping the mind active, generalizing, overall doing puzzles, critical thinking, engaging in conversations, debates. Again, keeping open-mindedness is important, especially with that. So
I'm kind of chuckling to myself because here's an example of a skill diminishing. You may not have thought about this. When was the last time you wrote a letter by hand?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
I'm a hard copy person.
But do you ever find that all of a sudden you forget how to do a particular letter,
Yeah.
or you're doing half printing, half writing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely.
I mean,
do that.
our second grade teachers will be hitting us over the
Oh,
head
yeah.
with rules.
Yes.
But it's a skill that we are losing because we're not using it all the time. And sometimes when I write, I go, "Holy cow! Well,
Yeah.
that's not
Does
my
that look
handwriting.
right?
It's
Right.
sloppy."
You have to look it up. Is that how I do this?
Exactly.
Okay, that's right. And then it
So,
sparks.
we're talking about health and wellness and things like that, and you talked about diabetes. Okay, so we got this older generation, and from what I can tell, diabetes is like raging in the United States. True or false?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of the most preventable diseases out there, and it unfortunately just getting the education out there and just informing.
If people could do two things off the top of your head to help not get diabetes, what would it be?
I would just say, trying to eat the rainbow, eating your colors, looking at the My Plate graphic is a great start, and just trying to stay active, making sure you're not eating too many sweets, drinking too many sugar-sweetened beverages. Of course, we all can have our treats once in a while. Who doesn't love dessert after a nice meal? But just trying to eat more fruits and vegetables, whole grain foods.
Less processed foods.
Less processed
Yeah.
foods, of
that
course.
seems to be a correlation between
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Additives and things like that. And I'm not just in the food industry. It's just,
Yeah.
it just seems that if
Yeah.
you eat
Yeah,
more whole foods
absolutely.
and natural foods, you're better off.
But then with older adults, you have the problem with preparing meals and everything too. So, maybe you have an older couple, it's just the two of them, And they say, well, what's the point in making a whole lasagna for just me, or just me and my husband, or anything like that. And then we have some classes coming up next year as well about how to cook for one, how to shop smart at the grocery stores, shopping the perimeter.
It's too easy to throw something in the microwave that's highly processed, and you think, that's good.
The convenience.
So, Ruth, do you cover health?
Yes. Another lesson that we have is medication in the older adult, how medication affects the older adult different than it did from when you were younger. We know, science proves, that at age 30, a human starts to lose 1/3 of muscle every year. So if you
1/3?
1/3.
Yeah.
1/3 of muscle every
I actually
year.
have nothing left.
and that's participants will say, well, at age 30 and now I'm 98,
Yeah.
So you think about it. And with that, while we're losing 1/3 of muscle a year, the older adult, the body fat increases.
Yeah.
The body water decreases. So that affects the way we metabolize medicines, the way we metabolize alcohol, other substances, vitamins, herbs, whatever. And our liver and our kidney, they start to slow down in their function. So, people in the class might say, well, gee, I used to be able to sit and drink 4 beers and watch a football game and it didn't even affect me. Now I'm really feeling it. Well, that's because your metabolization is slower. The alcohol's staying in your body longer. There's not as much water to break that down. So that's one lesson. And then another lesson, and these all tie in with intellect as well. Another lesson is substance misuse, addiction. And that could be alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, other drugs, other substances. But there's another type of addiction, Doc. What do you think that is?
Food?
Well, that could be one, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Go ahead.
Gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Gambling.
Yeah.
Social
Go by those casinos. I won't name any in particular, but you go by 10 o'clock in the morning, and
It's packed.
they can't be people that are working.
Right. So social and recreational gambling is healthy. It's getting out because WISE focuses on physical, intellectual, mental, your social, and your emotional well-being. So getting out, and if it is gambling, that's healthy. However, it can turn into a slippery slope really quick.
Yeah.
And so we discuss that with the older adult as well, chasing your losses, and it's really, WISE is a wonderful program. It really is.
Interesting. I wrote down XYZ game. You might say, what are you talking about? XYZ is where my wife and I sit and we watch TV in the evening, and it's the new medication or pharmaceutical that has X, Y, or Z in it. And I can't even make up the names. But I go, how do you even pronounce it? But there's X, Y, or Z somewhere in that word.
Yes.
And after a while, and depends on what channel you watch. If you watch some of the ones that have the reruns, like MASH or whatever, they are targeting senior citizens.
Oh, yes.
Whether it's get your teeth fixed, your eyes, your whatever, and all the pharmaceuticals, and it's such an interesting thing. And same with gambling. Certain watch football or a sport, and I won't mention anybody in particular, but get your first bet in, and they give you $100 or whatever, or go online, and I have heard that some people have lost a bundle. On the other hand, seniors also have discretionary money that they've been saving all this time. They go, oh, what the heck? I'm not going to leave it to my kids, and off they go, and or they go to the casinos and they get wine and dine, they get free lunch or whatever. They get on the bus and they sit there for 2 hours. You don't pull machines anymore. I guess
No, they do that too.
Do they still have
They
those?
save their seats. They don't want to leave their seats.
But there's no more levers. It's push buttons.
No, there's still some
No, there
levers.
are levers.
Yeah.
There are
As you can tell,
levers.
I don't go to casinos because I am cheap.
Yeah.
When we were in Vegas, I said, all right, I'll take $20 in this pocket. I put it in the machine. Whatever comes out comes back in this pocket. And I walk away.
Yeah.
Bar goes, how can you do that? I said, easy.
Yeah.
I've trained myself.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen people actually, they were frothing at the mouth, couldn't wait to get in. All right, before we go any further, I really want to concentrate right now so we get good information out to people watching, how to get into the program and all the ins and outs. So let's do that first.
Very
So
good
how
question.
did we get into the WISE program? Let's do that.
So I believe you would just call New York Connects for registration, because Office for Aging is partnering with Prevention Works and WISE.
Okay, we're going to post that here in a second. I'll
Yep.
come back up.
So
Okay.
the New York Connects number, you will see, if you're enrolled in our Blooming Health calls, distributions like that, we send out massive advertisements. You might be inundated with texts, emails, calls about these programs coming up. So you would call New York Connects and say, yes, I'd like to register for the WISE program. And
So you're the entry point.
yes, Office for
Okay.
Aging.
Okay.
Yep.
No, because they won't be calling Prevention Works, right?
Right.
They'll be calling you guys.
Yes.
All right, that's important to know. So let's do 716-753-4582. So you could be a caregiver, or you could be the person that's going to participate.
Yes.
Okay. And cost.
I don't think it costs anything. I think it's free.
What?
And it's an evidence-based program, so it's funded by the Older Americans Act. So,
Okay.
whoop, whoop.
All right. So Ruth, where does it take place?
Office of Aging, we sat down yesterday and talked about our 2026 calendar. We're going to have 16 classes through the year of 2026.
Whoa.
It'll be 4 classes a week.
Mhm.
There'll be 2 in South or Mid-County and 2 in North or Mid-County a day. So we'll have 2 days of WISE, 4 classes a week. And they run 6 weeks. We build in an extra week in case there's a makeup day because of weather where we live.
Imagine that. So there's no programming going on right now? I'm assuming it's already in motion. So
It's
this
already
is-
in motion,
So
correct.
starting when will the new program start?
It's January 21st, I want to
Yes,
say is the first
that's
day.
All right, so now's a good time to register then.
Correct.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
And so where in North County is it going to be held?
The Fredonia First Methodist Church
Oh, I know where that
in
is.
the morning.
Yeah.
And then we're working on the afternoon location. We're thinking Concord Estates for the
Mhm.
afternoon, and that's right in the North County as well. And then, what did we say for the South County? There was
South
Silver-
County, we're at an independent living
Mhm.
agency right now.
Right.
And then you're also going to look into
Yes,
other
there's one more that we're
locations.
trying to nail down, but we're
Okay.
working on it still.
So, and if people can't drive, they can use the,
Chautauqua Transit.
Carts.
I
yeah.
don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
say cars because it's now
Carts.
CH something.
Yeah.
They've
I get-
rebranded.
Yeah.
The little buses.
Yes.
The buses, that should work, just
Okay, and I know that Office for Aging Services will connect you with those things as
Yes,
well. and
that's part
good.
of the questionnaire too. When people register, do you need extra services to get there? Any reasonable accommodations? Things like that.
This is a great partnership.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Y'all
Yeah.
do the registration, get all, and you guys are, come on in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay,
It's
and
Yeah, it
people
works
always
out
say,
really
do you have to
well.
wear anything in particular?
No.
Just casual, comfortable?
Relax.
I mean, you're not doing exercises and stuff?
Oh,
like
no,
that?
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No, role plays, but not exercise.
Okay. Laurie, you've been kind of quiet here.
I
so-
know, that's not like me.
We're down to like a minute and 10 seconds, so what would you like to talk about?
I would say just prevention work services that, programs and services that we offer throughout Chautauqua County. WISE is one of the newer programs. We've always been doing programs, pre-K through 12th, and we've been missing the boat with, the senior population. And so that's the good thing that we finally filled that gap, that's for sure. But we're in the schools in Chautauqua County, pre-K through 12th, and we provide social emotional learning for prevention of not just drugs and alcohol, but other risky behaviors. We have a new program that we've been implementing that's evidence-based called Positive Action, which Ruth is another educator for that too, that she
Everywhere.
loves.
That's wonderful.
And it's just to have a good, positive mindset, positive actions, and that's been going very well. We've also been implementing the PACS Good Behavior game, which is about self-regulation and co-regulation, and that's when we go in and model with and coach teachers in Chautauqua County. But one of the other programs that we offer is free programming for parents, and so we offer that throughout the whole county. We are actually upping our parenting classes quite a bit, which is a good thing. But trying to find the people. Yeah, that's right.
Sign up now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we offer a lot of those, and we have our Hope Chautauqua Coalition.
We're out of time.
There it is.
So I want to say thank you, Ellen and Ruth and Laurie, for joining us
Yes.
today.
Exactly.
And as always, send me your posters and information, and
Yep.
we'll get it out, especially when you're ready to open up registration or
Yes.
more on this.
Yeah.
All right, what a great opportunity to talk to you all
Yeah.
and offer the services to our senior citizens. That sounds like a lot of fun. And get off the couch, go register. We're going to do this all next Saturday right here at Chautauqua. Sunrise at Access Chautauqua. Check us out on Spectrum 1301, YouTube Forever on Facebook. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Did that go fast?
Yeah.
That was
It
so
did go
fast.
fast.
I did go very fast.
I looked at 28.